So hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So as per the today topic, we are going to discuss what is abstract classes or abstract method, right? So let us write some class, write class test. Okay. In generally test, you can retain any method like you retain void so. Okay, and okay, so there is no any problem. Mm, and you can create the object of this class, there is no problem. Okay, so yes, so there is no any problem. You can create one class and you can create some variable, you can create some method as usual. Okay, and here you can declare some variable as well as, and you can invoke method till now as what is. So it's okay. Sometime you notice in this class, so we have option. If you write any class as a abstract, this is the one abstract keyword. So here compiler enforce you, you cannot create the object. If your class is normal or concrete class, you have a option, you can create the object. But when you write any class as a abstract, now you have a not any options, you can create object of this test class. You cannot write this keyword. So question is that then how I can invoke this method, right? How I can invoke this method? So the solution is inheritance. You can know that this method can be inherited by the subclass. So you have to write like a class, that's a subclass, and just extend your test. Now you have a test class. You know test class can inherit this method, and if you want to invoke this method, then you near here you can use the instead of this, you can here write your subclass. Now you can able to invoke your so method. So what is the benefit you get? I want to get key this test class have a show method. I can invoke the show, but what the logic? I want to give the some different meaning, yeah, different logics. So you can override. You have options. You can override here and override just like this is the subclass. So right. So one thing you note any class you mark as abstract, then you cannot create object directly.
And so
But
there
yeah,
one
yes,
question.
yes.
Like when we inherit the class, we just inherit the methods,
Hmm. Methods variable both.
but here the variable x, and here we try to print x, so x is not foundable over here.
What is X is type is
Private.
private. Private can only access within a class.
Okay.
If
And
it's
if we
let
put public, then it
yes,
would be inherited.
yes, it will be here. You can access X.
Okay.
If you run it, yes, it will print your x value. So if you mark any variable in a superclass as a private, that means this cannot be accessible outside of this class. Your compiler don't know ki what is x, right?
Okay.
Because x is a private member of this so test class. The test class is a private data member not allowed to access in the subclass or even anywhere. So there is a another, if you make public, that means if you change it public. So what is the problem here? If you change it public, so anyone from anyone here can change the value dot x equal to 999, right? And you notice your x behavior value is changed. So generally we avoid to make some variable as a public, right? So what we do, the best option you can mark as a protected. Protected data member can only accessible inside your subclass. Here you notice 99. So public is also accessible, protected is also accessible, but private is not accessible, right? Are you getting my point? So sometime you can mark public, sometime mark private, sometime protected. So in generally, protected is used for the inheritance. If you want to make an inheritance, so generally we use the protected so that key subclass can easily access it. If you mark private, cannot anyone access. So let us, it's okay till now. So generally make private.
Yes.
Next question about, well, yes, this we cannot. Okay. Next, sometime why I need abstract tests. Why I want to make test classes abstract. Sometime I want, there is a method like calculate. Okay, calculate. It will just okay. Sometime you want write some method, but you don't want ki I am going to give in the definition. Some another class can give the definition. I test class, a super class, don't want to give the definition of particular specific method. Okay. Then you have option you can write method as abstract. Generally, if you write any method, your return types, your method name, and generally you have to write here the curly braces, the definition. Sometime I want ki test class have a one method, but this definition must be given by his subclass. I don't want to provide. I want to only give the signature. There would be one calculate method. So in this scenario, you have to mark your class method as abstract. Abstract means the definition of this method must be provided inside your subclass. So sometime you have a super class, okay, and subclass 1, subclass 2, subclass 3, subclass 4, multiple subclass you created, okay, but you want each subclass must have a specific method like calculate. You just declare here calculate is a method, and each and every class must give the definition of your what is the calculate, what is the calculate, what is the calculate. So what is the logics of this method is need must be provided by your subclass. Okay. So sometime you want this behavior, then you can just make your method as a abstract. Abstract, that means the definition of this calculate method must be provided by the subclass of this test class. What happen if your subclass is not provide the definition? What happen if your subclass is not provide definition? Then compiler give you the warning. You cannot write any class that have a abstract method. Abstract method means we have a just declare method but not given the logic what calculate method do. So if this class test class is not providing the definition here, then what happen if you allow to create the subclass? You can invoke here like a test dot calculate. Okay, so what would be the output of calculate? Test class is abstract method, sub class is not provided a definition. So what is the output of your calculate? Compiler confused, compiler don't found the definition. So compiler give you this class must be abstract because they have a one abstract method which you not define. So you have to mark like this is the abstract. So compiler happy. At least this is the class. They have a one method, but they have another method, inherited method, calculate method, which have another definition. So question is that how can you use this? So two options are this class just don't abstract and give the definition of abstract calculate method. Okay. Calculate call. Now, if you define that there is no problem, now you can invoke this calculate method. So you notice we have a test class. Test class can have a some variable, can have a some method, and also can have a just only method declaration. There is no definition, there is no logic what calculate do, right? So such method you must mark as a abstract so that who provide the definition of this calculate method must be provided by your subclass. If subclass is not providing a definition, then subclass also cannot say class. This must be abstract. So until this class, any class cannot hold any abstract method. If you are creating any class object, that means this object have a definition of all method, maybe all the abstract method and all the methods what this class define. So till now
Then, sir, what
actually
is need of making two classes? We can just make one class and write all of the methods in it, like in the subclass, class, subclass.
mm,
We can write all of in these. There is
all
no
of in
benefit of writing test class.
there is no benefit. Let's key calculate have a let's key we have a two subclass. One let's key just take two input here. Take two input. Okay. Just I want to show. Take two input and this return method return integer. Okay. So you have written one class that's let's key add class. Okay. And this calculate will take a you have to override. You have to override calculate method and here you have to calculate x plus y. Okay. And some you have another subclass method. Okay. Another subclass method. Let's key subtract. They want to give the logic like subtract. Okay. So here you notice you can just when you create your add sub let's use as comment. Just write one method static void. call me, and it will expecting you pass me test object. Okay, here you can search test dot, as I'm creating the object dot calculate, I am passing 10 comma 20. Okay, here I'm pass. So anyone can call me method my, let's key I want to going to call me method. So this method expecting key pass the test object. Okay, so now you have to going to create the test object. Test object equal to new test. Let's you try, but you notice test is the abstract method, so we cannot create object. So we can create the object of subclass. So there are two subclass, maybe add subclass or subtract subclass. So if you write here, let's say I want to add subclass, add subclass, and now you can pass here test, right? Okay, where is the curly brace? Okay, right. So here you say, ki, no, I have a test class, but they have multiple subclass. So this calculate function, what the output give? If you pass add subclass, they will adding the number. This calculate function is depend upon what kind of you just where is output? Just give me here S out. Result. Okay. R, and it's just result R. Here say R. Similarly, in this method, you can give that. Let's give which method invoke you should. This is your so let whenever you invoke this method, call me invoke. We have a test object now. Invoke the two input. So you notice this will invoke the which object you invoke. You pass the add, so they return me add. So sometime no you want to subtract, you pass subtract class. Let us you have another some, let's you pass your subclass. So first time you call this method with a test object, this function, this calculate behave like add. Same time, second time you call this method, this will behave like subtract, because this test method only give the calculate method what the calculate logic should be. Sometime I want to plus, sometime I want to minus, right?
Also,
Sometime
if
it
we
will
write any method in parent class, we can also change the input while overriding or not, or
input
the
variable.
method signature would
Yes,
remain same.
in the case of overriding, input and output should be the input should be the same. You cannot change, right? If you change
Okay.
the input, that means this will become a overload. So this is the benefit. Now this test class have a, if you going to write here logic calculate, even you can write R plus R minus. You cannot give the two behavior, right? If you want to writing the logic here, so due to that, someone say if you have a super class, this is the one method. So here you can write only one logic. Maybe you can write for plus or minus, but you want sometime it will behave for plus, some for minus, some for multiplication division. So you can say just mark this method calculate as a abstract, and add subclass provide the add method. Subtract subclass provide the subtract definition, multiplication multiplication, division division. So this calculate methods have a different behavior, runtime, which object you want to know. But I want ki all my subclass must have a test method, calculate method. Sorry. So I am saying ki we have given this is my test class. Test class have a one calculate method. Whatever subclass going, define this calculate method. Someone want to calculate as a plus, someone want to minus, someone subtract, someone division, what they want. So if
And
you are not writing abstract here, if you want to giving the definition here, subtract method, then you can give only one, r plus, r minus. If you give the definition plus, that means all the overridden method have a only plus behavior, right?
yes, but suppose if we give plus in this, and then in subtract class we can override it by doing
Yes.
minus.
Mm,
And
okay.
sir, one more question, like to create a abstract methods, do we need the abstract class or we can call the abstract method in the public class?
Repeat question.
So can we call the abstract methods in the public class? Means we can assign
Yeah,
them.
yes, here this is a test class, and you can test class object. You can calculate method. You can
Yes.
invoke this. This is a test class. This have a method. You can invoke this
But
method in
like
anywhere.
test class is abstract. Like in suppose in line 25, you write public class test. Then
Yes,
we can write this method in public class.
yes, you can write public class.
Yes, if we write public, then we can write the abstract
Yes,
method like this line in this.
yes, 20, 30, 30 to allow.
Yes.
Yes, you can
Okay.
do. There is no any
Okay.
problem.
So means abstract
Any
methods are allowed in public classes.
yes, any classes, but any class you declare any abstract method that must be marked you as abstract. This is the mandatory. If any class have any method abstract means you are not given a definition. Abstract means कि this method is just abstract, not concrete. This is not what is the logic here. So you write abstract. So if any class contain any abstract method, so if you not write abstract here, someone can create the test class and invoke the calculate method. What is the logic? Nothing. So compiler says you must mark a abstract so that I cannot allow someone can create the test class object. Because if someone creates a test class object, they can invoke calculate method. What is the logic? Nothing. You have not provided. So don't allow create the abstract class method. Now tell me any doubts about the test class. Sorry, about the abstract class and abstract method. The main purpose of abstract class is if you want to define sub method only signature here, like just I want to one calculate, I don't want to provide any logics here, so you must mark those method as abstract. If any class contain any abstract method, so you must have to say your test class any class is abstract. So you can say any class have any one abstract method, then class must be abstract, but this is not mandatory. If any class you can write abstract without any abstract method. So both have any class you can write abstract means you don't want to create any one object. This is your option. But sometime you have a class, it's okay, there is no any problem. But when you going to write any abstract method means ki one method there is no definition, and it's mandatory you mark your class as a abstract. So part you have to write abstract. Any doubt till now? What is the
No, sir.
no. abstract method and abstract classes. Okay, so these abstract method and abstract classes generally use in the concept of your inheritance, because if any class you have defining any method as abstract, means there is no definition what this method do, so must have a some subclass, right? Must have a some subclass that can give the definition. So let's, this is the subclass, and this subclass, if not given the definition of your this calculate method here, if they are not given the definition here, then another subclass, that this class must be abstract. This class must be abstract because there is a one method, this is the only abstract. This over subclass also, if not provided the definition, not override, not given the definition, if not given the definition, this class also must be abstract. So here you cannot create object, here you cannot create object. The subclass of this class must be provided the definition of this abstract method. If this is provided, then okay. Then this is the concrete class or class you can say. So this class which given the definition of this abstract method, you can create the object and use the behavior. But you know, whenever this class object you're going to create, due to the inheritance, this object created, and after that this object also going to create it. So whenever you are creating this subclass object, so you know, due to the inheritance, its superclass and superclass all are the object created.
Sir, one question.
Yes,
What is the main difference between the abstract class and abstract method? Like abstract method means we are not giving its definition.
correct.
We can call it if we want to do add, subtract, multiply. We can do. But
Yes.
what does abstract class mean?
If the, if you write in the any method, there is no definition. This is the only signature, right? So this class means this is not complete method. So you have to write abstract, right? So if any, generally you write any method inside a class. So if any class contain any abstract method, then you have to mark it as abstract, because if you create the test class object, you can invoke the calculate method. There is no definition. So the abstract class is nothing, just a class that indicate I can have a some abstract method.
Okay, but what if any class is abstract but it does not have any abstract method? Then
Yes,
also we can say
option
it's
is option, means here your test class designer want you don't create my object. Sometime I want no one create a new test. So you have option, you can just mark as abstract. Like in the last to last section, we have a created your Java FX like application class, right? Application class is abstract, so you cannot directly create the application class object, but you have to must inherit. So sometime I want my this class must be some class inherited and use my behavior. So in this situation, you can generally mark on a class as abstract. Abstract is only meaning this class is only used by the my subclass. Whatever the method, whatever the logic, whatever things written here, no one directly create the object of this test class. So you have an option. You can create concrete class. You have option. You can create abstract class. You have both options. What is our need? Accordingly, you can use. Sometime I don't abstract class. Don't write. Sometime you want, you can write. This is your call. Java have given different option for you. Sometime you need this. Sometime you want to this. Sometime you want to this. So
yes,
each
sir.
have a
Then
different. Hmm.
what is the meaning of a class? Why then we cannot call any method only from it, or uh, we are just initializing one method so that in its subclasses we can
Hmm.
create different parameters.
Right, you can say. Means just here our intention. while writing abstract class is that ki something I want my subclass do, not I am going to do. As some here I have just declare calculate method, but I don't here going to define I am going to calculating sum or I am going to calculating minus or plus. I've just let them our subclass decide what calculate the logic they are going to do. So some subclass say ki I want to multiplication, some subclass say ki I want to calculate division. So this is the responsibility of a subclass. So this test class designer say ki I have just want this my test class have a one calculate method, but what logic should be? This will let decide by your subclass. So due to that, we are generally marking any method as a abstract so that key definition of abstract is given by the subclass and what subclass want to give the definition accordingly they give the definition. So this is the flexibility you can say we can achieve from this abstract method.
And sir, what do we write like test add object is equal to new add class?
Hmm.
Then it will call the method that is written in add class.
Yes, right. That is provided by this abstract class. If you write the add subclass here, I invoke the calculate function. The calculate function, the logic, calculate function definition not given by the test class, right? Not given by which class provided by first. If you call this add subclass, then add subclass given the definition of this calculate, right? So this method we invoke. So here you are trying to say this is the runtime polymorphism. This test is a superclass and you can assign sometimes subclass 1, subclass 2. So which subclass you assign, accordingly this calculate method will behave. This calculate method is does not know which method I am going to call, which object you pass me. You pass me sometime, you pass me add class object. So this will behave add. Sometime you call me method, call me again same time you call me method, but this time you pass the object of your subclass. So this same function, same method behave for the subtraction. So this is a runtime polymorphism. This calculate method is decided what they are going to do. They are going to do plus or minus when application run and which object you pass me. Accordingly, this calculate will behave. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is a good example, or you can say generally polymorphism say runtime polymorphism. Runtime, your calculate method decide what the output here. If someone look this code, you have invoked test this one class, invoke the calculate method, but due to the reading this code, you cannot decide what would be the output. But when your program run and someone pass the object, what object you are passing? You are passing sometime ABC object, add object. So this behave for it. Sometime you pass subclass object. This is behave for your subtraction. Sometime you pass your multiplication object. It will behave for multiplication.
Sir, if someone says that this particular method, this is abstract, so this means it behaves differently for different classes.
Yes, correct behavior. This abstract method say I am calculate. A calculate logic should be different for each subclasses. Here in superclass, you only say this is my calculate method, this is my calculate method. But what the logics? What the logic? My subclass going to decide. This calculate is doing plus. This subclass define this calculate is doing minus. This subclass say this calculate is going to multiplication. So this calculate the logics of calculate this calculate method here just giving the signature. Just definition. This is my syntax. Calculate must take a two input and return one output. But what taking input after that, what will do? This will decide what will do, what will do. Is it okay?
And sir, what do we say that this, like if someone say this class is abstract, that means it has some particular method, one of method that is not declared or defined.
Yes, you can say कि this, if say कि any class is abstract. So what do you mean? First things, this class can hold some variable, can hold some variable, can hold some methods with definition, can also hold some method without definition. So abstract class have a property. This can declare variable. This can define constructor. You can define constructor. This can define any methods with the definition, and you can also have a, you can define method without definition. So any abstract class have this property. You can define variable, you can define method, you can define constructor, or you can define just give the definition syntax of your method, but not giving the definition. What the logic should be. So that kind of method known as abstract method. And uh, this is one property. Abstract method you cannot create like new abstract class. So directly you cannot allow to create the object. But this class object can be created if your subclass object create. If this class object create, at that time your this object also created. So here you can define constructor. Here you can define constructor. There is no any problem. If you run it, you notice that here you can create the one subclass, then first constructor invoke, and your calculate is work. Second time you create the again subclass object, again constructor invoke. So your any abstract class can have a full-fledged feature. They can declare variable, they can declare constructor, they can define method, but also give this only signature of method without definition, known as abstract method. This is the additional things which generally normal class cannot do. If you write normal class like class simple, here you cannot, here you can do each and everything. Here you can write constructor, here you can write constructor, there is no problem. Here you can give a declare variable, there is no any problem. Here you can write some method, here you can write method, but here you cannot write any method like just without any definition. So here you have to give the definition. Here you have to define the constructor. But a simple class cannot have an option to declare any method signature only without dot body. Compiler is not allowed because it's a simple class. Simple class, yeah, you can say simple class or concrete class cannot have option. They can here you can create object of simple. There is no any problem. Okay. Only normal class do all and everything. Only they cannot define abstract method. If you define any abstract method, then you must be change your simple class to abstract class. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes you need these kind of things, so you can use. If you don't think we need, you just use simple class. This is not any mandatory things. Always you use abstract method or abstract classes. Sometime when you are going to building application, and sometime you have to need all the my subclasses should have this one method, but definition should be different. So you have a decision. Sometimes two cases. You have a one superclass, and you want each subclass have at least one method. Each class, each subclass must one have a common method. Okay, okay. So you can define those common method here and give the definition, whatever definition you want. So each object have one common behavior inherited. So you don't try to duplicate code here. Same code you want to in this class, in this class, in this class, in this class. So instead of writing duplicate code here, duplicate code here, duplicate code here, you just write all the common code in the superclass. And from superclass, you just inherit. So this is the one use case. When one common code, yeah, one common function, want all subclass must have. So instead of writing duplicate here, duplicate here, you write in the superclass. And now all subclass inherit. This is the one way. Sometime I want a common behavior, but each common behavior should be different. For this class must be different, this class can be different, this class can be different, this class can be different. So in this case you don't give the definition here. I am not giving definition here. I am just marking this as the abstract method, and our subclass going to give the definition according to his need. So as per your application need, sometime you want same behavior should be available for all the method. Sometime no, I want same different behavior for each function in the different classes. Then you have mark as a abstract. So depend upon the use case and situation. Sometime you write in superclass complete definition, and sometime you write the abstract method. What applications, what the use case you are solving, accordingly you can declare. Sometimes simple method can work, sometimes abstract method can help, right? Sometime let's practice. If still any doubt, we can discuss about this abstract classes, right?
Yes, sir. So just meaning is like the basic need for abstract classes is so that we can just define the method and we can call accordingly to our another classes.
Right. Another class, another class means a subclass.
Yes.
Subclass is going to give the definition.
And can we write the abstract variables instance
No,
variable?
no, you cannot write any variable as abstract. This is a no any
Okay.
chance. Okay, good question, but
Okay.
there is a no any chance to write any variable as abstract. No, abstract means something not complete, right? Here you declare b variable, b is the complete. Here you can b variable is complete. If you declare int b, int b is a complete variable. They can hold any b value, right? By default, this is a zero. But here you can say right here. Here I'm writing go to method int calculate. I'm writing integer x, integer y, and after that you are not writing anything. That means this method is incomplete, right? If you write here, look in this way, okay, that means this method is complete. You have given someone invoke this method, you do this. So this is a complete method. But sometime I don't complete this method in my sub superclass. I want this method must be completed by my all subclass. So here say ki, this is the complete method, means ki, what is the business logic you emitted. This is the incomplete method. Just you give it the syntax ki what the method name, what input types and what output types, but you not define ki what is. So this is the incomplete method. So you can say incomplete method instead of say abstract method. So this is a new kit. This is means not complete, not fully defined. So if here not fully defined, then must be in some subclass going to define this. So how to ensure subclass? Because if so mark as a class as abstract so that ki any other class, a subclass become a subclass and give you the definition here. So this is the one places where you this is the one place where you can declare abstract method. This is another place in Java where you can declare abstract methods. Okay. my that is known as an interface. So let us interface, and here let's see my interface. If in this interface, similarly like a test class, you cannot create the object of test class, right? Similarly, interface also you cannot create object. If you create any interface, but you cannot create object like this here. Main method, you cannot create like new interface. So in both cases, in the case of any abstract method, okay, so in B note, in both scenario, okay, if any interface or any test, you cannot create object using new. This is the thumb rule, right? So how to create the object for this? You can declare interface, you can declare variable, but you can declare variable, then what value I can assign? What value I can assign? Only problem with the what value you are assigning. Declaration, no problem. You can declare any variable reference. So for interface and for subclass, what you are going to assigning in this variable is important. That in the case of abstract class, you must assign your subclass. Similarly, for interface, you must assign the implementation class. Or you can say, let us here, I want to create object of for this. Then you have to write another class. Let's key uh, my implementation class implements my interface. So look like in abstract class you write subclass. Similarly for interface you write another subclass, you can say, but here keywords use the implements. So here you cannot create object in this way. You cannot create object in this way. But how? But variable we can declare. There is no problem. But if you can declare any variable, then what value you are going to assign here? So you can here you can assign the, in this case here you can assign new my implementation class. It's okay. Similarly in the test cases, this is the abstract class. So what value you can assign here? You can assign the value in any subclass. Okay, any subclass of this test class. So any interface or any abstract class, you can declare variable. But what value you can going to assign? You can assign maybe implementation class or maybe subclass. This is the one behavior nature. If you write any method here, let's I am write void m1 m1. So here interface is okay. There is no any problem. Interface does not say ki I'm compiler error. Interface, inside interface you can define any method. This is by default abstract. You have to not write any public keyword abstract here. In the interface place you can just declare this is a void method and this is signature. Here there is no mandatory, there is no option you can write abstract, or if you option you can write, let's say I write m2 method and here we have option I can write this is abstract method. It's okay, both have the same meaning. If you write abstract or not write abstract in interface, by default it's a design ki any method is by default abstract if you declare it. So if any method is abstract, who can give the definition? Surely your implementation class give the definition. So here you have to override both methods.
And can we give the definition in interface class?
Yes, this is the best question. Before Java 8, Java 4, 5, 6, 7, till there is
Yes.
no any option you can give the definition inside of interface.
Okay.
But after Java 8, you have options. You can give the definition of method void, let's m3 here m3, but this directly not allowed. You have to mark this method as a default, and it's okay. It's a default method for all my subclass. Or void, you can say, let's M4, you can give the definition, but this method can be private, and it's okay. You can
So
give
if this
definition
would be private, how we can use this?
only in this
Because
class.
our class is
Yes, only inside you can use.
yes, but we can't create the object of our my interface class.
But here you can invoke from M3 inside M3 you can invoke M4 sometime you need. Okay.
Okay.
Here we have one option. You can also declare any give the definition of any variable that can be static. So 3 after Java 8 interface allow you can give the method definition but not by default. You have to mark as a default or mark as a private or mark as a statics or private statics. So in this is the scenario where you can give definition of method inside interface, but can be default or private or static or private statics. Flat simple method you cannot write here. Okay, simple method interface are not allowed. In this way, you cannot write anything. Here in interface, you can also declare variable. Let's see. Here you can declare variable x. Okay. Here by default in interface, any variable is a final public final static. Final variable cannot declare without initialization. So here you must have give the some initial value. What is the initial value? If you write here like this variable look like this is the public static final integer int c equal to 90. So inside interface, you declare any variable. By default, compiler assume this is the public static final. Similarly, if you declare any method inside your interface, that compiler by default understood it is abstract. So these are the by default nature. This is the by default behavior. If you declare any method, compiler assume that this is the abstract method. If you declare any variable, they are assume this is the public static final variable. So it means this variable you can directly invoke from the class name because it is static. Even don't need to create the object because static can be accessed from the class name. So this static method variable directly accessed from interface. So similarly here, till now in interface you can declare variable by default public static final. You mention or not mention. But similarly for method, if you giving any method signature, by default this method is abstract. You write abstract or not write abstract, this is optional. But since Java 8 interface, you can also give the definition. But definition, if you're writing any method with definition, that means you have to decide or it is default, or it is private, or it is static, or it is private static. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes someone asks, so it should be clear ki where we can write abstract method. So by default, if you declaring any method inside your interface, it is abstract. But in the case of class, you are going to simply write any method without definition. You have must to write abstract keyword. But in the case of interface, it is optional. You write or not write. By default, interface assume all the method declaration is abstract. At the same logic, here method 1 is not any definition. Your must subclass provide the definition. Here we have provide the definition. Similarly, you notice here your M1 method and M2 both are the object. If here in the subclass, if you not providing the definition of M2, then this class you cannot allow to make a simple class. This class you have to mark as again object, because this this class inherit two things: one M1, one M2. Those are the abstract, right? Not complete method. But inside the class, you given the only one definition. One is still left, M2 left. So if M2 left, then this class must be marked as abstract, because this class have a one method that is abstract, that is M2, which is inherited from your interface. This is so any class you cannot make a simple or concrete class until they are not defining override. So here you have write class. Let's key my implementation second. Okay, that implements my runnable interface, and I have to override this method. And if you override all this method, then you have a compiler is okay. You can write your, you have given the different M2 and M1 both. Then this class is simple, complete class, and you can create object. But in the case of you are implementing interface, but this interface defined two object method M1 and M2, you have given definition of only one, then you must mark your class as abstract as well as. Because if someone create the object of this class, they can invoke M1, but what is the logic of M2? Till not defined. This means this class is not complete class. Abstract class means this is the some something might be can contain abstract method, that is not the complete method. So you compiler not allow to create any such a class. So you just mark as abstract so that anyone cannot create the object of this class. So abstract method have a two places. One place is any inside a class you can write abstract method. Abstract method means a method just have a signature or definition. You can this is the method name, this is the input, and this is the output. But what the business logics not given. This is an incomplete method known as an abstract method. So abstract method can be defined inside the abstract class or can be defined inside the interfaces. In both places, if any method is incomplete, so who will going to complete? Going to some class complete. If this class implement interface can complete the M2 definition, if this class is not going to complete the definition of M2, then it's marked as abstract. Another class can, let's inherit extend, maybe class can extend another class, and here they can just give to M2, but M2 is only remaining. Okay. So now this class is abstract because they are not given the definition of M2. But I am just going to make another subclass, and here I am given the definition of M2. So this class have a definition of M2, M1 inherited from this class. So now this class is okay. You can assign the object of this class. So in main method, you can assign the subclass 2 definition, because this is the class which have given the definition of all abstract method. Because here given the definition M2, and this class, superclass given the definition of M1. Now this is the interface implementation. Now this means M1, M2, this subclass define the both. M1 from inherited, M2 given the definition. So whenever you are going to create any class, you have to ensure कि whatever the incomplete methods in a superclass or in interface, you must define. Then you have option to create the object. If you are not completing the method, which is incomplete, maybe in a superclass, maybe in interface, then you have to mark those classes abstract.
Sir, what is the difference between extend and implement?
Yes, whenever you are we are using the interface, at that time you have to keyword implements, right? And this is the uh, for class use extend. Extend means left side class, right side class. But in the case of implements, left side should be class, right side should be interface.
Interface.
This is the one more benefit. You you know कि one class can extend only one class, right? But one class can implement multiple interface. Let's we have an interface 2. Okay, interface 2. Okay, so here you have an option, you can implement interface 1 and interface 2. So this is the added advantage of your interface. Now your class can implement one interface, two interface, an interface. So in the case of you have a one interface and we have another interface, okay, two interface. So one class can implement this and this both. But this is not possible in the case of classes. If we have a one class, we have another class, this class can extend one this or this. You cannot extend both. The multiple inheritance is not supported in the case of class, but multiple inheritance supported in the case of interface. So here, uh, my test2 class can implement this one class, or maybe can but cannot extend any. Let's say I want to extend test class. You cannot do, okay? Because multiple inheritance is not supported with the class. These are class. You cannot extend multiple classes. So extension means inheritance is with the class is only one, but inheritance with the interface multiple. So here
And sir,
interface
for
one.
implement we can write the left side any class, like instead of here we have written like the abstract class,
uh,
but we can write the like any my
yes, yes, any class, new class. Let's key uh, con simple class class can implement my interface another my interface two or any number of interface you can do. But you have to ensure कि whatever the method defined inside the let might be here some method defined like m8, okay, m8. So this class is a responsibility to implement all the incomplete method of this interface and this interface. My interface contain the incomplete class 2, m1 m2 incomplete class that you have to overwrite here, right? Similarly, my interface 2 have a one m8. So this class must override all abstract method. Okay, and this is the m8 as well as, okay. This is the second interface. Now, if you define m1, m2, and this m3 is the default method, you can optional. Now you have a complete method m1, complete method m2, and complete method m2, m8 that is defined inside interface 2. Now this class is okay. This means any class can be simple when they give the definition of all incomplete method. Incomplete method from can be here or can be here. Maybe interface 3. Any interface can. Interface 3 here can be. So many use an interface. There is no any problem. But the only problem, this class is responsibility to complete all the incomplete method that define interface 1, interface 2, interface 3 in this class. Right?
Yes, sir.
We can self practice now on our own then.
So now it's clear what is abstract method. Abstract
Yes,
method
sir.
means just a incomplete method, you can say. Abstract method of this is the abstract method. This is incomplete method. What am I doing? No problem. Doesn't. So someone not going to complete. Someone means any class. So any class can implement those interface and complete the definition. Or any class can extend one class and complete the definition. So abstract method can be in interface or can be in your any class. If you are writing incomplete method inside any class, you have to use the abstract keyword and mark your class as abstract. But this is given the leverage in the case of interface. Interface is a place where compiler have understand. If you here write any method, this is by default abstract. You don't write. I know. If someone want to use this method at, so any class must give the definition of this method. So you have to write some implementation class and giving the definition. Till now, any doubt with respect to abstract method
No, sir.
where you can use abstract method, where you cannot? Please be
Yes.
note that any interface you can declare the variable. Any abstract class you can declare the variable. But what value you can assign? In this interface, you can assign the implementation class. In the case of abstract class, this is abstract class. Here, what you can assign? Any subclass. So generally, there is no any harms or problem. You can create the reference variable for your interface as well as reference variable for your abstract classes. The important point is this interface, what you are going to assign, the implementation class. In the case of abstract class, what you can assign here? Assign any subclass. So any class can extend one class. Okay, means they can inheriting from one class, but this class can implement interface 1, interface 2, interface any. So this one class can extend at a time one interface and can implement interface this. So one class can do or one class. So this is only one class extend but implement one interface, two interface, three interface. Sometime known as this is the Java support multiple inheritance in the form of interface. Java does not support multiple inheritance in the form of class. Now is it clear? You can write any class can extend any simple class, okay, and can implement many interface, maybe interface 1, interface 2, interface 3. You can do. But here, this class is responsibility to complete all the incomplete method. Might be incomplete method defined here are defined here, are defined here. Let's here I can add test. Test have a defined one incomplete method calculate. So this any class is responsibility provide the definition of calculate. Similarly, whatever the abstract method here, abstract method here, abstract method here, this class must give the definition all. If he is able to only provide the one method, they are given definition for this incomplete, but not given for this for this. So you cannot say compiler still is not happy. If you provide the all definition, then I'm okay. If you are providing some partially, I am providing this one, but I'm not providing this incomplete. Then you must mark this class as abstract. Then compiler okay. Ki someone another subclass, someone another subclass, someone another class, some other class now can give the remaining. What remaining? Remaining 1, 2, 3. So they can give the remaining interface implementation. And now can be become a some. If you're not writing in this way, so still you need to provide the definition. So you can override all the your so you have a this is the interface one have a you have to define M1 M2. In this test you have already here inherited, and this we have to this. Okay, so you have to provide this. So in this way you can given the definition of m3 what have a m3 have a nothing, and then m2 have a emit. So you have provided the emit definition, and similarly you have a interface here m3. Here you need m1, you need m2, right? So in this way, what they are saying again, what is the missing? Again saying ki this sum class must either declare abstract or implement abstract method calculate. This calculate you are not, this test class have a one incomplete method test, which we are missing here. So we have two options. I can use this class, any class already extended this, so I can use this class. So now this some other class is the now become complete class, because this calculate method they can inherited from here, and the remaining incomplete method of this m1 m2 defined here, this have emit defined here. So now this class is complete class. They have provide the all incomplete method definition. So one class can extend at a time one class here and implement interface 1, interface 2, interface 3, any interface. So these are the sometimes very confusion, but when are you are going to use, you are be clear. So hope you know what is the abstract method and where we can write those abstract method, what are the places, and who give the definition of abstract method. So any doubt till now?
No, sir.
So let's practice sometime many questions here asked with interface and abstract, right?
Yes.
But let's you evaluate, go through once again. If any doubt, then we again discuss key what is interface and what is abstract.
Yes, sir.
So major differences here you find till now in interface. In interface, this interface, you notice, sorry, this interface you can declare variable, you can declare method signature, or you can define method. A same you can do inside your test. So what here you can declare variable, here you can declare method, here you can declare abstract method. Same you are doing interface. But you notice there is a one major differences between both. One things, interface is not a class, so You cannot define any constructor here, and there is no any instance variable here. Interface does not have any instance variable. This variable is by default final and constant, static. So the major differences is that, please be note, why Java 8? Before Java 8, there is a lot of differences, but Java 8, we have only one major difference is that your abstract class, this is the abstract class, and this is your interface. Okay. So technically here you can declare any kind of variable. Here you can declare static variable, you can declare instance variable. Instance variable, this means instance variable are bound to each different object. Each object have a own instance variable. These have a own instance variable, own instance variable, own instance variable. But in the case of interface, you can declare static and final variable. That is not, you cannot declare any instance variable. So only the major difference is in the interface you can only use variable, but that is the static and final. You cannot define any instance variable. This interface can have implemented multiple classes, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, but each have a same variable. This is the class level variable. You want to each implementation class have a own variable. This is instance variable. Interface in the case of instance variable not feasible. Only in the case of abstract classes is the instance variable feasible, and this abstract class also have a constructor. You can create the object here, or whenever subclass object created, object of abstract class also created. But in the case of interface, only subclass object created. There is no any concept of constructor object of interface. Interface is nothing. There is no any things which need object. So in the interface, there is no any kind of object creation happen. You cannot define any constructor. You cannot declare any instance variable. Object means the instance. In this interface, you cannot define any instance variable. But in the case of abstract class is a class, then object can be created and object can have an instance. Rest coding wise, you look here variable declare, here method declare, here abstract method declare, here definition method declare as well as. But the major flaw or difference is the instance variable. Let's you revisit again all the concept, and still any doubt we'll discuss. This is many places, many times this someone asked with you about and abstract, about interface. A Java 8 onward almost look like both are the same thing. But no. In the case of whenever you are creating subclass object, your abstract class object created the complete one memory object. This object can hold own instance variable. Let's subclass 1 created object. So they have a own copy. When subclass 2 created object, this object created and this again object created here. For each subclass, whenever you create object, always your abstract class object create and that can hold instance variable. But in the case of here, only subclass object create, only subclass object create, only subclass object create. There is no any kind of class in the super. No. This is only just declaration, just syntax semantics. This is no kind of object allocation. All the things here declare like instance variable are by default is the public static. This is the class variable. This is not bound to a specific instance. You can refer from class name. All the variable declare inside of interface, you can refer from their class name. This is a static variable. They are not bound to a specific object. So these are the things you need take some time, visit this concept again about the interface, about the abstract, and write some permutation combination, and still need discussion, we'll discuss. This concept must be clear to you. These are the abstract and interface really use things in the application whenever you are developing any application. right?
Okay, sir. Sir, can we just a request? Can we do the rest tomorrow?
Yes, that's complete. If you are not in doubt and question, we can close the call. Okay,
Yeah.
almost it's complete. That's the summary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the thing that left we need to practice on our own about the interface and
Yes.
abstract.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay, let's close the call.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.